today's episode of the Daily Blend. I'm your host, AC, and we are joined today by Morgan Dennehy, the director of Lady Windermere's Fan.
Hello, yes.
At Maplewood Barn Theatre. How are you?
I am fantastic.
Good. I see what you did. Fantastic. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. Okay. So, Morgan, tell us the premise. What is Lady Windermere's Fan about?
So, Lady Windermere's Fan is an Oscar Wilde play. And of course, Oscar Wilde is a Victorian author, very end of the Victorian era, very beginning of the Victorian era, too. And it is a farce. He loved to make fun of the Victorian society because it drove him insane. And so, all of his shows have a little social commentary about the Victorian era, and this is one of those shows. So this show is rife with scandal, good women, bad women, rumors, the whole nine yards. Lots of fun, lots of comedy, and an amazing cast.
Okay, how big is the cast?
It's about 20 people once you add the people who are going to be milling around at the ball.
Sure.
Because you can't have an Oscar Wilde Victorian drawing room comedy without a ball.
I don't think you can. I just don't think you can.
No, not at all.
I don't think you can. And what is so you're the director. Are you acting in this one as well?
I am not.
Okay.
I am not that crazy.
Yep.
Like I have a line and I cannot direct and act. It is not a good idea.
Okay, I got you. A smart woman knows her limitations is what they say.
Sometimes. I may know my limitations. I don't always know how to use the word no.
Understood. Boundaries, could be an issue for us all from time to time. So tell us what drew you to this? Why did you say this is the play? I want to direct this play.
So I've actually been involved with almost all of the Oscar Wilde shows we've done at the Barn in the last 10 years. My first one was back in 2017. We did An Ideal Husband, and Byron Scott was the director, and he asked me to be the AD. So I was the assistant director for that show. And then in 2022, we brought Oscar Wilde back and did The Importance of Being Earnest. And I directed that one. Okay. And so when we decided to do the next one in the series, actually, it's the first one in the series, I have to complete the set. Yeah. You can't just leave that third one out.
Right.
So I applied to direct it, and they liked my premise, and poof, here I am. So I also have a bachelor's degree in British literature.
Oh.
So this is kind of I could sit here and pontificate on Oscar Wilde and the social ramifications of his plays if you really want me to, but I'll bore the audience like crazy.
Well, wait. I do have to go back, though. You have a bachelor's degree in British history.
British literature.
Literature. So when you were in school and you said to your parents, I think I'm going to get a degree in British literature.
Well, they thought I was a little nuts because I went from being an advertising major to working with literature and reading. But I've been reading since I was 2, and I've been reading things like Shakespeare since I was in first grade. So
it was a natural fit.
Yeah, a little bit.
It kind of seemed like this seems like the right thing.
And I had this great opportunity in 2005 to go study abroad in Canterbury, which is actually where I met my husband, Sean.
Okay.
Who's from Hannibal. We were on the same exchange. I know.
Hold on.
I know.
Okay.
I'm saying. But it was.
So you were in Canterbury and you met your husband, who is also from Missouri.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I was from St. Louis, he was from Hannibal, and we were there on the same exchange from different schools.
Okay. This all seems right.
Right? I mean, we called our wedding a Canterbury Tale, if that told you.
Yeah, it tracks.
It does.
It tracks. So, and I've met Sean. It tracks.
Right? Yeah. The musical theater people, this is what we do. So.
Okay. So, yeah, I got in the rabbit hole because that was really interesting to me. So, back to Lady Windermere's Fan. Okay. So, you told me what drew you to this, but when you have, I'm always fascinated when people audition for this. Do some people just jump off like, yep, that is that character. That is this character.
And frankly, my whole cast was that way. When I look at casting a show, my first thought is, okay, can they do a cold read? Okay, fine. But can I give them direction during my audition, and can they grow? Okay. And some of them actually did that, but most of them inhabited the character almost immediately, and they also had really fantastic chemistry from the get-go.
Yeah, it's important.
Just at the auditions itself. And so for an Oscar Wilde show, that's very important because, yes, we have people with more words than someone else and someone may have more stage time. But in an Oscar Wilde play, it really is an ensemble cast because even the butler has just as much of a role as Lady Windermere or Lord Windermere because of what the actor brings to it. And that chemistry is super important.
Yeah, that chemistry plays a part. And I mean, you can, when you're watching, like when you're sitting in the seat and you're watching a play, you can 100% tell.
Oh, yeah.
When there is chemistry between the cast and the ensemble. So yeah, that's really important to look for.
If it's not there, then the play becomes just actors reciting words.
Yeah.
It's not an actual performance. It's not a living moment of theater, which is what you really want when you go see a show, especially something with the verbal snap that Oscar Wilde has.
Yeah.
It's a lot like The West Wing and Aaron Sorkin. Like it just, you have to have that snap.
Kind of fast paced.
Yes. And chemistry helps with that a lot.
And I imagine if you don't have chemistry, it feels flat.
It does, because you don't know, if you don't have the right chemistry, then you can't tell when you need to jump on a line in an argument to make that argument feel authentic as opposed to just recited.
Yes, makes sense. Okay, so tell us where we can get tickets, when it starts, when it's running. Give us all the details.
So you can get tickets online at maplewoodbarn.org, O-R-G.
Okay.
And it is... You can buy them online. You can buy them at the box office. It's $13 for adults, $5 for kids 10 and under. The show opens August 29th.
Okay.
Runs Thursday through Sunday for 2 weekends.
Okay.
And
so it runs up through into September then.
Right.
Okay.
Correct. So I think September 4th, maybe?
Okay.
No, 8th. I'm sorry. September 8th is the closing night.
Okay.
And then you can make sure you bring a blanket, lawn chair, bug spray. Bug spray is very important.
We talk about this at Maplewood Barn all the time. Bring the things,
100%.
It's outside.
You have to. And it's okay to bring a picnic basket, a bottle of wine. We love a well-lubricated audience. We absolutely do. That helps a lot. And it's so much fun to come out and just under the stars and watch a night of theater.
Oh, I'll bet. And I appreciate you coming on the show. And I also appreciate you bringing me this swag.
We got to have it.
I mean, because listen, if you get a fan, you know what you have to do, right?
You have to snap it.
You have to snap it. That wasn't a great snap. Hold on. I still got time. Look.
It's new. It's a new fan.
It's new.
It needs to be broken in. You can play with it.
I snapped it a million times before. Okay, but either way, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.